And if you do need to enable the closed captions, you can do so. So on your laptop or desktop, just look at the bottom of your screen and click Show Captions and enable them. And by phone, you can do the same. Click More at the bottom right up corner of your screen and then Show Captions. Okay, so this is Handshake how-tos. We're going to be going over just a few features of Handshake to get you started, some basic features. Okay, so my name is Maya Lloyd. I am the program manager of the Office of Experiential Learning and Career Services at CUNY School of Public Health. And I'm going to let Andrea introduce herself as well.
Hi, everyone. I also work alongside Maya at the Office of Experiential Learning as the administrative assistant.
Okay, great. Thank you, Andrea. So we're very glad and excited to be here with you today. We transitioned to Handshake over the summer. I'm sure you've gotten a lot of emails from us already. So we're excited to go through some features with you here. So this presentation, again, it is being recorded, and we're going to have this up for you so you can share it whenever you need to go back and review it yourself. And we'll send that over in an email after the presentation. So a gentle reminder here to continue your journey through Handshake and learning how to use the platform. Tomorrow, the Career Services Office is hosting another workshop. So how to optimize your job search on Handshake. So if you are a student or a recent alum, you are welcome to join. Okay, so it's going to be a great event. So that's happening tomorrow at 12 p.m. Okay, so today we're going to cover a few things. We have a lot of information to go through. It's going to be a combination of a live demonstration as well that Andrea is going to walk us through with her own profile. So we're going to talk about what is Handshake, how to claim your Handshake account, completing your profile, exploring Handshake, how to register for an event, scheduling and advising appointment, finding jobs and connecting with employers, and we'll briefly review the Handshake mobile app. So if you do have any questions, we are going to have Q&A at the end, but you can also throw some questions in the chat. If Andrea can answer anything, she will do that. And as I mentioned before, if you do have a Handshake account, you can definitely follow along with us. It's totally up to you. But first, let's talk about what is Handshake. So Handshake is more than just a job board that universities use. Many of you may already be familiar with how the platform works. But you can use Handshake for job postings if you are an employer yourself, right? And you want to promote some jobs to our students and alumni. We definitely recommend you can send those job postings to us, or if your employer has a profile already, you can just put those job postings on the platform as well. You can build your own network through Handshake. You can schedule one-on-one advising appointments, message employers, connect with employers. You can also connect with fellow students and alumni, and you can register for events. So there's a lot of things that you can do on Handshake, and we're going to touch upon as many things as we can tonight. So again, you can use Handshake to connect and find jobs, right? Connect with employers. Some well-known names in public health are already on the platform, but you can also discover other organizations that you might not be so familiar with. Okay, Handshake has a great help center that you can use, right? If you do run into any trouble. So I put together a list of resources here just so you can look back to when you're looking through this slide deck. And then we'll go over as we get further into the demonstration about where you can go to access that help center. Okay, so first we are going to talk about claiming your account. So we have a poll here that I'm going to launch. Okay, and just let us know if you have claimed your account already. Okay, wow, it's split 50-50. Okay, so half of you have claimed your account and the other have not, which is totally fine. So we'll go through that tonight. And thank you for answering. Okay. So if you have not claimed your account yet, some of you may have tried to use single sign-on. We have had some issues with single sign-on and Handshake. So we recommend that you're just using the standard way to log in and create a password. So if you log on to Handshake, go to handshake.com. Okay, you're going to enter your email address. This email address for students, it's your sphmail.cuny.edu email. If you are an alum, you're either entering your SPH email or your personal email, whatever you have in CUNY First as your preferred email. So that's what you're using to log in for the first time. Okay, from there, it will direct you to complete some other steps, right? Completing a password, creating a password, and completing your profile. In this slide deck, we have a lot of hyperlinks that you can use to help you along with the process. So we do have a tip sheet that was created to help you with claiming your account. If you do have any questions about what email you need to use, just please email the Career Services office and we'll help you out with that. And also keep in mind that whatever your primary email is on Handshake, that is where you're getting all of your email correspondence. So when we send out jobs or the weekly Career Services email that you all are so used to getting, that is now going to that preferred email in Handshake. Okay, so now we're going to talk about completing your profile. So here's another poll here. So let us know if you have actually completed your profile. And complete means 100% complete. Okay. Okay, so a few of you have completed your profile 100%. Some of you have not, and that's totally okay. We're going to go through what a completed profile looks like and why it is important to have a completed profile. So from here, I'm going to stop sharing screen and Andrea is going to share her screen. And we're going to have a live demonstration of a completed profile and just kind of walk through Handshake features. Okay, great. Thank you, Andrea. Okay, so we're going to go through the homepage and everything like that, but first we're going to look at what a completed profile looks like. So Andrea is going to open up her profile by going to the icon in the top right corner. Yep, and clicking on my profile. So if you complete your profile, it's more likely that you'll catch the eye of an employer, right? When they see your profile, they see all of your experiences, past experiences, your job history, your skills. Okay, so it's more likely that employers will reach out to you for job opportunities. And you'll also get customized recommendations from Handshake for jobs that are being posted, recently posted jobs, or any jobs that you're interested in. Okay. So first, we're just going to do a brief overview of what we have here, right? So we'll see on the left here, it's Andrea, her name, her information, right? She's a student at the Graduate School of Public Health. She's in health policy and management, and also has when she graduates and her degree, a master's degree. So this piece right here, my journey, think of that as like an objective, right, on your resume. Okay, so what are you passionate about? What are you looking for on Handshake? What are your experiences or skills? If we hop back over to the left here, we'll see that Andrea's profile is 100% complete. So your profile will tell you if it is complete, okay? So that's one way to know if you have a complete profile. Okay, so we're going to continue here. We have education. So if we stop right here on the left, this talks about profile visibility. So we highly recommend that you are making your profile public, and that means setting it to community so you can interact and engage with other students, other alumni, and employers. Okay, so if it's not set to community, then you have restrictions on what you can do on the platform. Okay, and so we're just going to click on employer view now, Andrea. We can do that just so you all can see. So if you click on employer view, it will show you what employers see, right, when they look at your own profile. Okay, so that gives you a better idea of if you need to add anything or adjust, update, or edit. Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to go back now. And we're going to keep scrolling here. All right, so we see Andrea has her work and volunteer experience. Right on the left, she has her interests. Okay, so this is only visible to employers, as you can see, but you can put your interest, your job interest, if you're actively looking for a job, what city you're located in, what roles you're looking for, and the industries. Okay. Right, personal information here, you are able to edit this if needed. So if Andrea clicks on the little pencil there you go. So if you'd like to, you can add your hometown location, your pronouns. You can set it so employers can see your pronouns or students, and your demographic information. So that's also an option. Thank you. We're going to talk about this Discover More Students section in a little bit, but we're just going to keep going here. So you definitely don't want to sell yourself short, right? So add as much information as you can, okay? So really sell your experience, right? Sell what you have to offer to employers. So your organizations, your curriculars, extracurriculars, your skills. So you can definitely add skills to your profile. I'm going to keep scrolling. Courses, what courses are you taking now? What courses have you taken if you're a recent graduate? Awesome. And yeah, documents. So we're going to stop at documents here. So this is where you're going to upload your resume, your cover letter, any writing samples you may have. So you can click on that. Okay, so we see here that Andrea has her resume visible and she applied for a job. So she also has a cover letter here. So you do also have the option of building your profile from your resume. So if you upload a resume, it will automatically give you the option to build your profile from that. So you can either manually add information or you can add it from your resume. Okay, all right, we're going to go back now. And scroll down. I think that's the end of the profile, but you can scroll down and see. Okay, so this is what a completed profile will look like. Okay, I do see, oh, that's what I forgot to, okay, so we have projects here, right? So any projects that you're working on or you have worked on in the past, add those as well, okay? So add as much information as you can. Okay, I see some questions in the chat. We'll definitely get to those. All right, awesome. Thank you, Andrea. So now we're going to head into exploring Handshake, but let's start with what we can do from your profile. Okay, so right from your profile, you can connect with other students and alumni, and that's the Discover More Students section. So if Andrea were to click on there, and remember, you have to set your profile to community view for you to be able to do this, okay? All right, so here we have Discover More Students. So you can connect with students, SPH students, and also alumni. All right. So let's first start with clearing the filter. So if we clear the schools filter, great. So now you have access to every single alumni student that's on Handshake right now that has their profile also set to community, so you can interact with them. So you'll see there's about, well, 3 million people, right, that identify as alumni, right? So there's a lot of people on Handshake. You can filter by the major employers, right? So there's a lot of ways that you can connect with other people. Okay. So let's put the filter back on for a CUNY graduate school. Yep. Right. And let's do alumni. So let's say you only wanted to connect with alumni. Okay, so here you will only see alumni of the school. Okay, so you have the option to connect, you have the option to message. Right, and let's clear the filter now for alumni. Right, and let's say I'm a student, I want to interact with another student, so we'll just click on someone's profile. Okay, so you can message someone, right? So you would agree to the guidelines and continue and send a message, okay? But let's say, can we click into the student's profile just to see what that looks like? Okay, so same thing here, right? You would see someone's profile, you see their work experience, their volunteer experience. So the same things that you would have on your profile, you see that as well. So again, we highly recommend setting your profile to public, and you can do that straight from your profile, okay? Or from the privacy settings, there's different ways to do that, but setting it to community so you can engage with students, alumni, and employers. Okay. So we're going to go back to the homepage. I am going to pause a little bit and just look at the chat and see what questions we have. Okay, so if you're having issues with actually logging into your account, I would recommend sending us an email with your information. So send an email to careerservices@sph.cuny.edu so we can help you out. So you can upload multiple resumes. Tomorrow, I have to look into that more, but I'm pretty sure there is a section where you can upload different hyperlinks or link an e-portfolio. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's something you can do, but I can definitely help you out with that. So for courses, I would say put what's relevant, okay? Depending on when you graduated, put your most recent courses. I think you should focus on your graduate courses. Why use this instead of link? That's a great question, okay? I would say in terms of Handshake, just the way you can access different things is different than LinkedIn, especially accessing the Career Center, right? So having the resources available to you from our office, right? Registering for events, connecting one-on-one with other students and alumni, also connecting one-on-one with staff from the school, right? Makes it different from LinkedIn. So this platform is specifically for university recruiting. Okay. All right, thank you all. So we're just going to continue now and get through some more information, and we'll answer some of your questions later. All right, so here we have the home page. Okay, so this is the landing page, no problem, Jenny, that you see when you log into Handshake. All right, so we're briefly just going to go over what you see here. So if we scroll down a little bit, the homepage is basically where you can do everything instead of just kind of clicking in different places, but you'll see different employer discovery series or events that are hosted by employers that are coming up, right? So you can learn about the employer and what it's really like to work there. You can see employers that allow messaging. job recommendations. So that's why it's important to be active on your profile and to complete your profile for job recommendations, okay, jobs you've saved, and the roles you're interested in. So this basically just curates different collections and groups of jobs and employers and events that you can see all in one place. All right, so now we're going to look at events on Handshake. So if we go to the left here, yep, click on events. Okay, so here you can explore all the different events happening on Handshake that are hosted by CUNY School of Public Health, but also external events. Okay, so that's what you'll see here. So there's a lot going on, so definitely take the time to look and see what you want to register for. So if we go back up here and we look at the filters, okay, so you can filter out different events the way you want to, by the category, by the medium. So whether it's virtual, it's on Zoom, it's on Handshake, by the date, okay. And we're going to click on specifically the events hosted by employers. Right there, yep. Okay, so if you want to learn about employers, right, if you're looking for a potential employer, you can use this filter to see what's going on in any upcoming events. So if we're looking at registering for an event, so if we go back to all events, go to more filters, okay, and events posted by my school. All right, so let's say Andrea wants to register for an event. So Andrea, register for an event. Okay, so she's going to register for the career skills workshop. So it's as simple as that, right? It's registering. Depending on the event, it might be an external registration. So for this specific event, it brought Andrea to a Zoom registration. Okay, but either way, once you click on register, it will either have you register on Handshake or on Zoom. Okay. So you'll receive a confirmation email saying that you registered for the event. You'll also receive an email 24 hours before the event and then 1 hour before the event. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you are receiving Handshake emails as well to your main email. Okay, so now we're going to go to the Career Center. Okay, so this is the Career Center. Okay, so the Career Center, it's specifically the CUNY School of Public Health Career Center, okay? So what you'll see here is how to access appointments, resources, surveys. Okay, we'll talk about the curated employers piece a little bit, but these are employer collections, excuse me, that are curated specifically by us at the Career Services Office. Okay. So if Andrea had any surveys that she needed to finish, she would find those surveys here in the Career Center. So right now she completed all her surveys, which is amazing. So, but if she did have anything that she needed to complete, those would be here. Okay, resources. So these are all resources that have been uploaded by the Career Services Office to help you in your career path. So whether it's resources on resume writing, networking, you can find that here. Okay, and lastly, we're going to look at the scheduling appointments piece. So if we go back. Okay, and appointments. So all one-on-one appointments are now scheduled through Handshake. So if Andrew were to schedule a new appointment, so keep in mind, you might not see all of these choices. Career services, those advising appointments are only available for graduates up to 1 year after graduation. So if you graduated more than 1 year ago, you won't see this option as well. And then depending on what class you have to enroll in for fieldwork, that would determine what you see for Office of Experiential Learning. And then if you are a part of CSA or not, then you will see that option as well, okay? But let's say Andrew wanted to make an appointment. So she'll click on the appointment, Pub H696. So everything is pretty direct here, okay? So she'll click on the time slot that she wants. Okay, and from here, she's able to make an appointment. So she'll just fill out the necessary questions. Okay. And then, yep, and she'll request the appointment. So she successfully requested the appointment. Okay, then Andrew will receive a confirmation email. In that confirmation email, you'll have different resources or details that you'll need to review before your appointment. So that's very important that you're looking for that. Now, let's say that Andrea wanted to cancel her appointment. You can do that straight from the appointment details. So she would just click cancel, and then she would send me a message that she wants to cancel her appointment. All right, great. So we're going to go back out now, and we're going to talk about job search, which I'm sure a lot of people are interested in. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to pull up another poll. Okay, so are you looking for a new employment opportunity? Okay. So it seems like the majority of you are. So this is a great time to attend this presentation, and hopefully you signed up for tomorrow's presentation as well on the job search for Handshake, but we'll go through some basic features tonight. Okay. All right, so let's look at the job search. So first, we're going to take a look at the employer collections. So collections, again, are curated groups of employers or jobs that we come across for you all. So it could either be employers that are popular with alumni, hires from our school, create social impact, great for internships, close to campus, hidden gems, great for your major, and hires international students. Okay, so just so you know, those are here, and we are constantly adding to those collections as well. Okay, so let's look at one of these collections. So hires from our school. Yep. Okay, so as you can see, we have 110 jobs that are found right here just from that collection that you can go through from employers that typically hire from our school or they have hired from our school in the past. Okay, and if, Andrea, if you scroll up, yep, so you'll see here that says don't miss out. Okay, so saving your search is really important. So that gives Handshake more of a direction in terms of customizing searches for you. So let's say Andrea were to save this search specifically, she would get alerts about jobs that are being added from employers that hire from our school. So that's important to keep in mind as well. And if Andrea wanted to, she can go to her saved jobs tab. So you can save jobs as well. And this is where she would keep those jobs, right? So any jobs, if you're just exploring one day, you're just searching through different things, right? You can kind of pick and choose what jobs you want to come back to later to apply to. Okay, great. So let's go back here to jobs, and we're going to look at some filters. Okay, so on the top of the screen here, we have filters. So if we go to all filters, okay, so you can filter by job type, right? So full-time, part-time, internship, by pay. We're going to keep scrolling. Remote, right? In-person or remote. Okay, again, by the collections, you can filter by that as well. We'll keep scrolling. And we're going to keep going here. You can filter by employer, by qualifications, and by labels. So Andrea, I want to look at employer contacts. Did we miss that? I always miss it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if we were to click on employers open to messaging, so let's look at that. So not every employer is open to messaging with students and alumni, but here you'll see that there are 294 jobs found from employers that are open to messaging. So right here we have an AmeriCorps position. So if we were to scroll down, let's see what that looks like, the job posting looks like. Can you scroll down on the, yeah. Okay, so here you'll see the dates about the role. Okay, you can apply externally, and there's a virtual chat option. Okay, so you can sign up for a virtual chat with their project coordinator. Okay, you can send a message. Okay, you'll have other details on the role as well. Okay, and if you continue to scroll down, right, you'll see similar jobs, and you might also see reviews from people that work there on this page as well. Okay, so 103 reviews, so they have a lot of reviews. So you can see reviews from other people that work at AmeriCorps or any other job that will have this or employer that has this. And you can also leave a review as well. Okay, so now we're going to go back to filters. We're going to clear out this filter. And for those that are interested in enrolling in fieldwork, or you have to enroll in fieldwork, we do have a filter that's for you. So, oh no, you can go back to all filters. Yep. If you scroll all the way down to labels and you type in good for fieldwork, there you go. So we're working on placing specific jobs and opportunities that can be eligible for fieldwork in this label. Okay, so right now we have 4 different positions. Again, positions expire, right? So right now there's 4 open positions that are eligible for fieldwork. So for anyone that needs to enroll in fieldwork, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so from this, we're going to look at applying for a position. So we're going to look at the PRI position first. There we go. Okay, so this is a PRI position at CUNY School of Public Health. All right, so you want to read the job details very, very carefully. Some jobs, they have additional details of how you need to apply. So just remember to read everything carefully before actually applying. Yep. So once Andrea read everything, she's like, okay, I'm a great fit for this job, and she wants to apply. She's going to click on apply. Okay, so if you take a look at this, right, for this specific job, what popped up is that she needs to attach her resume and she needs to attach her cover letter, okay? But if you scroll down here to number 3, there's additional instructions from the employer, right, to email your application materials to this person. So again, that's why you need to be mindful about the details of the job description. Okay, so we'll X out of this. And then we're going to go to another position, the hepatitis navigation. Right here, yep, okay. So here's an example of another position here. Okay, so this is with the DOH. So we all know that the DOH hires all the time, right? They always have positions open. So we're just going to look at what an employer profile would look like. So if we click on DOH, yep. So this is what an employer profile will look like. So for the DOH specifically, again, we know that they hire all the time, but for Handshake here, if you scroll down, you can see what jobs they have posted. So they only have, I believe, like a few jobs actually on Handshake. So that can be the case for a lot of employers that you come across. So don't think of Handshake as just looking for a specific job right from the jobs tab. You should also be looking at different employers that you might want to connect with. So for DOH specifically, we know that they have other jobs. So if you come across an employer that does not have any jobs on their profile, or you need to do a little bit more research, you can simply just click on the employer website to do so. So they have all their links here. So let's say Andrea were to look on the DOH website. Okay, so if she were to go through everything, she would see that there are other jobs posted, okay? But that's just something to keep in mind when you're going through your job search. It's not just about filtering for jobs, but it's also about filtering for employers and doing your due diligence with the research there as well. All right, so let's go back to Handshake here, and we're going to look at the actual employers tab. So if we click on the employers tab, okay, so this is basically the same idea as the jobs tab, right? So you can filter by different qualifications for employers that you might want to connect with. So here you'll see there are hundreds and thousands of employers on Handshake. So you have a lot to choose from, okay? So you can follow employers as well. And so Andrea here, it has employers that she follows, okay? So those will be up top. So again, this is just another way to connect with employers and find different job opportunities that are there. Now, let's say we want to look at, let's look at the CUNY School of Public Health profile. We can look at that. Okay, so again, another example of an employer on Handshake here. So you'll see the employer details. If Andrea, if you just scroll back up a little bit, you'll see what collections they're a part of. So for CUNY School of Public Health here, we have Great for Internships and Close to Campus, okay? You'll also see students who've worked here. So that's for any employers with CUNY SPH students that have worked there. You'll see their profiles on the employer profile page. And then again, on the right, you'll see any jobs that are listed. And if you keep scrolling here, you'll see the public staff list isn't on here for CUNY School of Public Health, but that will be on your Career Center page and any upcoming events that are happening. Okay. So we're going to stop here. Andrea is going to unshare her screen. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, and lastly, just wrapping up, Handshake does have a mobile app where you can access all of the same features. So we definitely recommend downloading the app so you have easy access to certain things right from your phone. So you don't have to worry about logging in on a web browser anytime you need to access Handshake. Okay, and keep in mind that we have a lot of different events coming up as well. So Career Skills Workshop, again, we're holding the Job Search on Handshake event tomorrow at 12 p.m. We have a lot of employer discovery series coming up, which is awesome. So find those on Handshake, okay? And then you can look at the events calendar for events that are coming up as well. So that is the end of the presentation. If you do have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And I'm also going to stop recording. So if you do have any questions, we can discuss, and you can also send any feedback or questions to the Career Services email. If you have any issues with accessing your account, please send us over an email.